to not object to any other electoral votes presented in the House of Representatives. And if no senator joins any future possible objection to any of the vote counts, electoral vote counts presented to the joint session, that means there will be no more votes on these objections. That seems to be the mission for Mitch McConnell tonight. He's with the agreement and support of Chuck Schumer to try to eliminate this vote process going forward. We're joined now by former Senator.
Can we just talk about what the moment we're in right now? We're in a moment where we are on the side of Mitch McConnell.
I would never go that far. We're not on anyone's side.
Well, no, we're on the. Mitch McConnell wants to shut this entire thing down. The charade of trying to not certify the electoral college vote. And now,
it really is just the perfect encapsulation of that. That picture that is like heartbreaking. The worst person you know is right about this one thing. It really is that. It's just
can I just say though, let's spare a thought for Mitch, because oh my goodness, it's the Georgia runoff result.
Wow.
John Ossoff won, bitches. 50.4% to David Perdue's 49.6%. We flipped the fucking Senate.
We did it.
And
now hopefully something will happen. But I'm not holding my breath.
Okay, first of all, can I just say, do not get cynical right now. Now is not the time to get cynical. Now is not the time to be mad at everybody. Relish in this, y'all.
Enjoy the win.
We have to enjoy this win. We have to support and thank all of the amazing organizations and the people. I'm going to say, it is not a lib thing to be for Stacey Abrams. It is radical as fuck, okay? Fighting for every vote to count, fighting against voter suppression in a southern state like Georgia, which of course hits people of color and black people most. That shit is radical as fuck.
And also,
so we should support her.
Yeah, especially given the fact that 2019 was the year of every fucking idiot coming out of the woodwork to think that they could be the person who beats Trump. And it was, it's like this pissing ego contest that, all of these, Washington senators and, businessmen and all these people who think they can run. Stacey Abrams was someone who people were like, she might run. And credit where credit is due. She was like, no, I'm not going to run for president. I'm actually going to focus locally on my state being out of the hands of Republicans.
I have a question. So she didn't beat Buttigieg?
No, she didn't beat Buttigieg.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
It's like she doesn't have the, cavalier swagger of a mediocre white man who went to Harvard.
She has better Buddha judgment. Like how this is great.
There's a number of points to hit on in terms of the reaction to all this. There was a comment earlier, and I apologize I didn't read it, but it was essentially like, what happens now? Are we going to forget Extreme Plea on Twitch app? Is everyone going to get convenient amnesia and forget how much Republicans were going along with this coup BS until literally right now? Absolutely. Yeah. That is such an important question. And the fact that we showed Lindsey Graham getting an applause on the Senate floor, fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit.
Never applaud that fool. He has propped up Trump openly, hypocritically, just like Ted Cruz has. Openly being a hypocrite, openly leaning into the fact that he said a bunch of warnings about Trump before Trump was elected, and then he fell in line. The entire Republican Party wrought this, they sowed this, they are reaping this, and we are reaping it too. We've been reaping it for 4 fucking years or longer. And now we're seeing the ways that right-wing extremists have been emboldened by this administration and by the I'm just jokingness of it. And here we go. And so
ironic Nazis from the Nazis real fast.
So now that we just said, absolutely, we just said that we've won the Senate and that Kamala Harris is a tie-breaking vote, it is guns out, bitches. In a non-violent way, but in a bold-ass, agenda-kicking way. Like, we are getting shit done. And if people aren't willing to get shit done, or they want bipartisan consensus, they can go the fuck away. Forever.
Yeah.
You're no longer fit for this world.
Yeah.
You're no longer fit for your job.
You're as delusional as the people who think that the election is stolen.
And exactly. If you believe that you can work with Republicans, you're just as delusional as the people storming the Capitol.
Yeah, because you're living in a complete fabricated fantasy world.
You're saying that you can work with the people storming the Capitol, and you can work with the people who supported the storming of the Capitol, but once again, the parliamentary coup that they basically tried to enact.
Yeah.
And thank God, in a way, is my computer going to die? Thank God, in a way, that they
Plug
did.
it directly in.
I was making a point.
Thank God. There we go.
I mean, there's part of me that says, thank God that this happened, because it showed Republican senators exactly the kind. It was a mirror held up to their vitriol and their coded language and their attempt to cloak everything they've been doing in constitutionality and legality and all of that bullshit. No. What you're doing is no different than what those folks did when they stormed the Capitol, when they threatened folks, when they took dumbass selfies as like in the speaker's chair. Yeah, bitch, that's you. You're a fucking clown. But I want to say that, like, I meant to say a thing that I forgot, but about the Democratic Party and the fact that we cannot go quietly right now. We have to be bold, and it's so wonderful. It's so wonderful because Chuck Schumer is going to be majority speaker. Chuck Schumer is going to be majority speaker in the Senate.
And the reason that isn't like, but he's a lame centrist, because he is. But he's also scared as fuck. He is so scared of getting primaried by AOC that he was one of the first people outside of, Bernie and the cool people. He was someone who immediately agreed, yes, $2,000. He is a tool.
Yeah.
All of these politicians, they are tools. The Democratic Party are filled with tools who you can pick up with the right amount of pressure, and you can bend them to your will.
I will say, not all of them I think are tools, but I think that stodgy establishment Dems like Schumer has proven that he is a tool.
Yeah.
And his interviews and his speech as of late shows that he is absolutely, as Matt said, scared as shit of being primary.
Yeah.
And why? Who could ever primary Chuck Schumer? Let's see, who is a progressive from New York who's got a lot of clout and, wow, could really win beyond her district if she ever chose to do so? AOC, you guys. So don't ever come at me with AOC's the enemy. No. AOC is wielding her power. AOC is making the enemy, the centrist, the status quo, run scared. And whether that means we push Schumer to actually enact real legislation, to enact Medicare for all, to enact the Green New Deal, to enact at least $2,000 per American, no matter what, that is a point of leverage. So at a time when the left needs to be unified, don't fucking fall for that side shit. Don't fall for that grift shit that tells you that the squad should be demonized. No. We're not strong yet. But look, if and when they sell out, if it happens, absolutely we should pressure them. We should pressure, but we should be in support of the things that they got elected on and hold them to it.
I would love to be at a point with our elected officials, the people in the House, the people in the Senate. I would love to be at a point where people like AOC, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Cori Bush, I would love to be at a point where they are to the right of the majority. I would love it if there were more leftists. I would love it if it was like, oh no, man, these people comparatively.
Or if we had a parliamentary system, we have an actual socialist party. Shit, there are countries that have communist parties, and we can talk about communism and anarchism at a different time. I have a lot of thoughts on that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, right now, these people more closely aligned with what you and I believe in, and what the majority of socialists in America, democratic socialists, believe in, that to be like, oh, well, these guys are the enemy, to me is just a bad faith attack that I question whether or not you either don't know what how to think strategically, or what your motivations are.
Yeah.
Because if you are more angry at AOC than you are at literally everyone else.
Yes.
If you are more angry at AOC than you are of Connor Lamb, of Hakeem Jeffries, of fucking Nancy Pelosi. And a lot of people are trying to be like, no, I hate Nancy Pelosi so much that I hate AOC too. And it's like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. It makes no sense to single the squad out as the people, when especially moderate Dems were the ones who almost cost her the speakership.
Yeah, I mean, let's not have a ridiculous horseshoe theory about this. Let's not have an accelerationist theory. Like Mitch McConnell, in the world of awfulness, is more awful than Nancy Pelosi. That's just facts. Okay, so let's not forget the gradations of enemies and of targets and of strategies, right? And again, I think targets, it feels really crass to say things like targets and enemies on a day like today when these fucks have taken their hyperbole out of context.
Yeah.
Look, there really haven't been leftists who have incited the amount of violence we've seen on the right.
There's just not.
But I swear to you that if there ever was, I'm going to call that shit out. But I know there are so many good people online and also in the streets who, if they see someone who is being a bad faith actor and who's inciting actual violence and is putting people at risk, we're going to say something. We're not going along with that shit. And when I talk about occupying the Senate, that's a nonviolent occupation. I'm serious about that. There is a very big difference between violence and militant nonviolence. I am a firm believer in militant nonviolence. And no, I don't think that property destruction is violence. I think if it hurts, if it kills someone, if it hurts someone, yes, of course. If it puts someone in danger, no, that is not what I'm saying. But there is a strategic and there is a moral difference. Look at the civil rights movement and look at the anti-war movement.
Yeah.
Let's not. I'm not, I get scared because I'm like, fuck, man, look at this hyperbole and where it's led us.
Right.
But as a viral tweet I once had.
Wow.
Probably the only viral tweet I've
No, you've had a few.
Well, this was 10,000 retweets.
Man, that's really good.
The Buttigieg one had more like 30,000. Or maybe just, I don't know, but I said, let's not equate left and right rage.
Yeah.
Right-wing rage gave us the KKK, left-wing rage gave us The Weeknd.
That's right.
And I don't mean the singer.
No, he's from Canada. Not that that's bad.
No.
He's probably leftist.
Thank you so much, Derek Casagrande, for that super chat. That was really, really, really nice of you. And I think I was on our way to finish. What happened, Matt? I don't know, beyond. Because here's the other thing. It's I know we're sick of Trump. I don't want to think about him fucking ever again. But I don't want 2008 or 9 Obama.
Yeah.
Who allowed the Bush administration to completely get off unscathed. There was no commission that looked into whether the Iraq War was launched on false pretense.
I know.
And as much as I did not want to think about the Bush administration, I do think we need accountability. The only way you prevent this from happening again is prosecuting people, is having accountability.
I know. I'm trying not to be cynical because you're right. Today is a good. Well, today's not a good. Well,
today's the most bizarre.
Today's a bad day. But I'm trying not to be cynical. I'm trying to be hopeful for the future because I do, in a way, believe that this is a sort of a last gasp. But I cannot help but be cynical about the idea of Trump being prosecuted in any way by this administration. In fact, the funniest thing happened today.
What?
Today, early in the morning, before everything went down, Comey came back into the news.
Shut up.
Yes, James Comey, this was an article that The Hill put out, and the headline was something along the lines of, I believe that it is not in our nation's interest to prosecute